Welcome to this Sage 50 US Edition Anytime Learning topic. In this lesson, you will learn about the items that have changed for 2021 that could impact your year-end tasks. After completing this Anytime Learning lesson, you will be able to recognize the important changes for 2021 that may affect your year-end reporting. This year-end video highlights the important changes that you should consider when closing the year. The lesson is organized into the following sections: the January 2022 Payroll Solutions Update, Form 1099 changes, Form W-2, W-3 changes, some miscellaneous state tax items, and a review of the primary Sage 50 resources available to you. Because new developments can arise quickly, you should continue to consult the knowledge base and monitor Sage City for any late-breaking news. This lesson is intended to make you aware of important changes. References to knowledge base articles and other video lessons will direct you to more comprehensive details about the changes. Let's talk about the January Payroll Solutions Update. Before you begin completing your year-end tax forms, confirm that you have the January 2022 Payroll Solutions Update installed. The Year-End Payroll Tax Update provides access to and processing changes for the 2021 year-end tax forms. It also includes the new payroll formulas for the 2022 payroll year. The January 2022 Payroll Solutions Update will install successfully on releases 2021.1.1 and all versions of Release 2022. Verify you have the correct tax update installed by accessing the Help menu in Sage 50 and selecting About Sage 50 Accounting at the bottom of the menu. Look for the Installed Tax Service. The Installed Tax Service number is actually a date and should be 2022-0101 or later. An Installed Tax Service date beginning with 2021 is out of date. If you need instructions on how to install a tax update, you can view the video lesson entitled Installing the Payroll Solutions Update, which can be accessed in the Year-End Center. You should review the changes included in the January 2022 Payroll Solutions Update to see which changes affect your company. To view the Tax Update Bulletin, ensure the box is checked on the final screen of the Payroll Solutions Update wizard, or you can refer to Knowledge Base Article 113636, January 2022 Tax Update Bulletin. Now let's discuss government form changes. In 2021, primary changes announced by the IRS included changes to Forms 1099 and W-2. Let's take a look. For 2021 reporting, the 1099 miscellaneous title has changed to Miscellaneous Information from Miscellaneous Income. And Box 11 now reports cash payments for fish purchased for resale. The 1099 NEC form has been resized to allow for printing 3 copies per page, and the Box 2 checkbox can be used optionally to report sales totaling $5,000 or more of consumer products for resale. This information can also be reported on the 1099 miscellaneous. For specific information about these changes and their proper usage, review the instructions for Forms 1099 Miscellaneous and 1099 NEC on the irs.gov website. And if you're not sure about which forms to order, refer to Knowledge Base Article 113094, Which Tax Forms Should I Order for Year-End? If you do not have a payroll subscription and you do not use Atrix to print your 1099s, you can download 2021 custom forms from the knowledge base. There are 2 types of forms you can choose. IRS scannable forms are obtained on the IRS website, or you can purchase pre-printed forms from Sage Checks and Forms. The 2 sets of forms produce the same results, so it is not necessary to download both sets. Knowledge Base Article 108215 contains the IRS scannable forms. Knowledge Base Article 108221 contains the pre-printed forms. And if you need guidance on printing 1099s, View the Anytime Learning lesson entitled Printing Vendor 1099s. Also for 2021, some states now require a state account number for 1099 submission. This is not a fatal error, and you can choose to proceed without providing a state account number. However, the filing may be rejected and lead to penalties incurred. Here are the states impacted for 2021. Now let's talk about what's new with Form W-2. The format of Form W-2 is not changed for 2021, but there are some processing points and notices to consider when completing the forms. Qualified sick or family leave wages included in Box 14 now have 6 wage types to report instead of 3. You should also consider the IRS recommendations regarding reconciling COVID-19 wages on Forms W-2, W-3 with other tax forms, and be sure you understand the reporting requirements for the 2020 deferrals of Employee Social Security withholding or Railroad Retirement Tax Act, or RRTA, taxes. Refer to the 2021 General Instructions for Forms W-2 and W-3 for specifics. Let's start with the Box 14 requirements. Similar to 2020, you will report your qualified sick and family leave wages separately from regular wages and show them in Box 14 using the specific reason codes and descriptions set forth by the IRS. Qualified sick and family leave wages included in Box 14 now have 6 separate wage types, or pay types, to report. For each specific COVID-19 code that you report on, you must manually add a corresponding column 14 to the W-2 preparer grid to populate Box 14 for any employees affected. Refer to Knowledge Base Article 113580, 2021 W-2 Reporting Requirements for COVID-19 Pay for additional information and the list of codes to use. This article also includes specific instructions for adding column 14 to the W-2 preparer grid. If you deferred the employee portion of Social Security or RRTA taxes in 2020 and did not report this on the 2020 Form W-2, you'll want to confirm that you know how to report the deferrals this year. In 2021, the period for employees to repay deferred taxes was extended from 4/30/21 to 12/31/21. All Forms W-2C should be filed with the Social Security Administration along with Form W-3C as soon as possible after you have finished withholding the deferred amounts. Refer to the 2021 General Instructions for Forms W-2 and W-3, page 27, for additional details, or consult with your tax advisor. You can also refer to the following knowledge base articles for additional guidance on the process. 107002, Payroll Tax Deferral Setup and Tracking, and 112934, How do I report the employee deferred Social Security taxes from 2020 on the W-2? The IRS also warns that employers may have discrepancies when reconciling Forms W-2 and W-3 to other forms such as all Forms 941 and Form 1040 Schedule H if you utilized any COVID-19 tax relief for 2020. Corrections reported on Form W-2C may also require you to make corrections to your previously filed employment tax returns using the corresponding X form, such as Form 941X. See the 2021 General Instructions for Forms W-2 and W-3 and the caution on page 25 for additional information about how to reconcile these forms. Due to the number of state rejections in 2020, if state withholding for Oregon, Connecticut, or Massachusetts is detected, ATRIX will edit for other required statewide local taxes that must be in the company setup to proceed. For Oregon, ATRIX edits for the statewide transit tax. Messaging for Connecticut and Massachusetts will be similar, but related to paid family leave taxes. Click the Add button for local tax items and fill in the requested information. There are a few additional changes specifically for Oregon. The Oregon statewide transit wage is no longer displayed or required as a separate column in the W-2 preparer. For 2021 reporting, only the transit tax is required in Box 14. And the Oregon statewide transit tax detail will now be passed to the State Form ORWR reconciliation report during the W-2 process. Now let's discuss the many Sage 50 resources available. Don't let the year-end process overwhelm you. There is a collection of useful tools centralized on Sage City to facilitate the successful completion of all year-end tasks. With a few well-placed clicks, you can access information such as Sage City alerts and announcements, the Sage 50 Knowledge Base, the Product Download Center, Sage Q&A Live, Sage University, and the Year-End Center. Let's review the process. In Sage 50, from the Help menu, scroll down and click Online Community to access Sage City. On the Sage City window, click Resources on the toolbar. This opens the Sage Support Resource Center. Scroll down to explore your available options. The Resource Center is organized into blocks of related links to make information quick and easy to find. In the Inquire block, you have links to relevant Sage City resources, such as reading the latest product news and alerts for late-breaking changes. In the Solve block, you can access the knowledge base and quickly update your software to the latest release. The Sage Q&A Live block allows you to quickly join daily live sessions where your questions are answered in real time. If you continue to scroll down, the next row has a block for the Year-End Center. Remember, the Year-End Center is your resource hub for videos, knowledge-based references, and training that is focused on year-end processes. And from the Year-End Center, you can obtain a complimentary Year-End Procedures Anytime Learning subscription that your entire team can access for help with year-end closing tasks. Finding it is easy. Let's take a look. Click the link to visit the Year-End Center. On the Year-End Center, scroll down to find the Training section. In the Training section, click the link for the 2021 Year-End Procedures Learning Package. Follow the prompts to obtain the learning package for your company. And one final reminder, you should consider upgrading to the current version. As you plan for the new year, remember that support for Release 2021 expires on March 2, 2022, and if you are planning to upgrade, be sure to review the Release 2022 system requirements outlined in Knowledge Base Article 111569. Why not begin planning to upgrade now? This concludes our discussion of the changes that could affect your year-end process. You should now know how to recognize the important changes for 2021 that could affect your year-end reporting and find additional resources if you require assistance. Thank you for taking this Anytime Learning lesson. For information on additional training options, please visit us at sageu.com.